about you. It's all about you. Something about the way you caught my eye, I can't explain. It's all about you. It's all about you. I don't wanna push my luck, I could never pass you up, cause I just can't get enough. Oh no, let's go to my place and talk. How about we give this a shot? Can't be just an afterthought. Oh no, just baby, you know I can't take this any slower. The feeling's taking over. Oh baby, no I can't let this night be over. So let me pull you closer, closer. Just baby, you know I can't take this any slower. The feeling's taking over. Oh baby, no I can't let this night be over. So let me pull you closer, closer. Now the lights are turning on, can we make our escape? It's all about you, it's all about you. No one else around you, take me to a higher stage. It's all about you, it's all about you. I don't wanna push my luck, I could never pass you up, cause I just can't get enough. Oh no, let's go to my place and talk. How about we give this a shot? Can't be just an afterthought. Oh no, just baby, you know I can't take this any slower. The feeling's taking over. Oh baby, no I can't let this night be over. So let me pull you closer, closer. Just baby, you know I can't take this any slower. The feeling's taking over. Oh baby, no I can't let this night be over. So let me pull you closer, closer.
Fight me.
So like the ominous nature of this song
Yes.
sounds very graveyard for a dubstep song, or for well, this is not really dubstep. This is drum and bass, but I mean, still, almost has like a fearful industrial sound to it.
Yeah, I can see that.
I like it. So you're saying it's like Power Man 5000. Got it.
Oh, God! If I could pay for the licenses to just listen to anything I want,
I know, right?
we would totally be listening to some like madcap ass crazy Halloween metal right now. That's see right now.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'd be into it. I'm there.
Or the band I just showed you guys before.
Oh my God! Yes.
Oh, man, we get some like some Power Wolf in there or something.
I wonder if they're an indie band. If they're an indie band, we might be able to actually play them.
Oh, they're definitely an indie band.
Huh? All right. Well,
I might try it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time. Let's do this. Power Man.
Distance nerding.
Hey.
We've gone mild.
Hi there, everybody. Okay.
Mr. Hat.
Are we? Well, you all know me, and this is Mr. Hat.
Well,
Eric.
that strapping young night trooper down there should do himself.
Okay, Shudu's not going to do it. So the guy over here.
oh yeah. Hey. it's the undead reanimated beard himself.
Reanimated by Dubby. And
Yeah,
that
Reanimated by Debbie.
is who should have won the next Morty. Young Phil.
Oh God, were you listening on Tuesday? Well, I know Shudu was there, but were you listening on Tuesday? Where we were like having whole conversations about like why Phil should have auditioned to be Morty and I should have just been Morty the whole time. Like, I get it. He, God. Well, like, why? Why did you? It could have been me, and I could have been sitting here doing this voice for everybody on more than just the internet.
Exactly.
I know.
I mean, let's face it. Do you really want to be torn apart by the Rick and Morty fandom yourself?
I would be fine with being torn apart by the Rick and Morty fandom. You know why I would be okay with being pulled apart by the Rick and Morty fandom?
Why is that?
Because my name's getting out there, and now more people are watching Distance Nerding. So it's like,
No,
oh,
that's fair.
this guy sucks. Oh, he's actually kind of funny.
Exactly.
And then like it grows on you, and it's like, well, his Morty's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. It's not. There's worse Mortys out there.
Yes. And I just got to point out Say Wong saying he met Brian Wilson and the beard is gone. That's because I went out there and took it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He assimilated the beard.
Brian Wilson disappointed the living shit out of me when he decided to go be a Dodger. And I get it, your dad was on the Dodgers, but I don't care, man. I as a Giants fan, it was like a betrayal. I know you guys have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, but it's okay.
Baseball. Sports.
Sports ball. So, with that being said, let's not, kind of dilly dally here, guys, because we've already dilly dallied enough. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about what keeps the lights on, because this show got the wrong sponsor in the top corner there. This show is brought.
It's because I'm kept alive by it.
Yeah, true. It's true. Show is brought to you by Poddex. Yes, that's right. Poddex, our unique interview question and episode starting prompt in the palm of your hand. So whether you are a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience, level up with Poddex at poddex.com. graveyardmagic.com. Of course, if you want to see close-up magic up close and personal, Graveyard's got that for you. Look at that right there. Graveyard. Go ahead and Vanna White those pot decks cards.
Isn't it great? I mean, Phil, if you were a captain of a ship, what would you call it?
Huh? The Green Devil. That's always been mine.
I'd be more the SS Bite My Ass.
There you go. There you go. So great stuff like that. I mean, I imagine you call it the Good Ship Lollipop.
The good ship Lollipop is a good one too.
Exactly.
So, with that being said, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the show is brought to you by Poddex. So what the hell brings you Young Phil? Because Young Phil's got way more energy than anybody has any patience to deal with. Ladies and gentlemen, Young Phil is brought to you by Dubby. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Didn't say that right. Didn't say that right. Ladies and gentlemen, Young Phil is brought to you by Dubby. It's not Dubby unless there's an air horn involved in some way. It's just,
Exactly.
yeah. I mean, if you don't have the air horn, then what's the point? You know? Ladies and gentlemen, Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. You may be asking yourself right now, what makes Dubby different from other?
Yes, please tell us. Please tell us, Young Phil.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to tell you guys what it is right now. Dubby is one of the few drinks that contains neurofactor. A neurofactor is derived from coffee fruit. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity while the 150 milligrams of caffeine. That's right. I said 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential B vitamins.
B1, 2, and 3. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the numbers we're going to go with. Help you stay alert and energized. Guys, you want to find out more about Dubby, head over to www.dubby.gg. Use the code nerding10, get 10% off your order. How cool is that?
Very cool.
Very
And I'm
cool.
hoping to start a petition that we get the next pickle flavored Dubby out for Phil for his birthday.
I will fucking murder you if that
Salt and vinegar. We need salt and vinegar flavor.
Salt and vinegar sounds deliciously disgusting. A salt
That's
and
the point.
salt and vinegar flavor.
You know, if I start a brewery again, Dubby should partner with me. I can make some Dubby beer.
Oh.
So instead of Duff, it's Dub.
Right.
Exactly.
I already know Graveyard is going to make a pickle flavored beer just to send to me.
Oh, they exist.
I know they do. I'm saying you're going to brew one just to send to me, and I'm going to have to drink it, and I'm going to be disgusted by it.
It'll be called the Anti-Phil.
That's so good. All right, I only have enough water for one flavor today. So what flavor are we going with, guys?
Shadu, why don't you go ahead and pick it?
Let's see.
Is Dubby vegan friendly? I mean, anything's vegan friendly.
I assume that it's vegan friendly, and that's just an assumption at this point. I don't think it has animal products in it. So
All good things do.
yeah, I know, right?
Isn't there a like dragon fruit one or something?
Oh, I'm so happy you picked that one because that was the one I would have picked if I was getting to pick it. So, all right, Dragonade, baby.
Woo! There we go.
Dragon fruit pink lemonade.
I like
so,
it.
while I'm getting this all ready and raring and ready to go here, let's talk our guest, ladies and gentlemen. If you were here for the first interview and you got to have all the fun with our next guest right here,
Yes.
she is amazingly talented. She has, known as the Queen of Merch. He is someone who is a keen mind at marketing, but also is an amazing writer, has a really good book out there. It's what more can I say about our guest here, other than she's awesome, amazing, and
worthy of worthy of chaos.
Worthy of chaos.
Very.
Yes. You know what? That punched me right in the face because I should have said that. But thank you. Thank you, right there, right? If it were a snake, it would have bit me. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back onto the program, Corissa Grant. There we go.
There we go.
That was a great introduction. I'm just gonna have you be on every show before I'm entering, so that I sound better than I am.
Oh, you are. You deserve it.
What we have to do, I don't know if you watch wrestling, right? But there is
when we thought it was real.
the reason that I say that is because in wrestling, there's a guy, Paul Heyman, who always introduces. Well, he introduces Roman Reigns now, but he used to introduce Brock Lesnar. Mm-hmm. And whenever they would, like anytime that they were doing any kind of announcements, he would take the mic from the ring announcer, right? Introducing the reigning, defending WWE champion, Brock Lesnar. It's like so it's like I should just, like, anytime that you're going on any kind of program, right? Even when there's like other panelists and they introduce people like on randomly, like I'm not on the show. It's gonna be like this, right? Hold on. Yeah. Introducing.
Just pop on.
Pop on, introduce her, and then pop back off. And she's like, yeah, no, to go with the joke, you would have to say, I don't know, he just randomly started showing up. I never said
you everywhere.
Yeah, and it's just like I never got him to stop, and it's just, I mean, it's kind of awesome, but it's kind of creepy because I don't know who he is.
Yeah. I don't even know that guy. You just
I thought I was supposed to be here today.
Fun fact: the thing that he says whenever he comes on is scripted, not by me, but I guess somebody else wrote it. But other than that, he doesn't speak English.
I mean,
if they ever like talk to me somehow, right? I can legitimately just like have the entire conversation in Spanish.
You know what? This could work. I'm thinking this is gonna work. Yeah. My stalking an announcer. I like it.
Yeah, my weird comedy mind. All right.
It won't even be a live show, and somehow he's able to come on. Say this and leave.
It's like he's like a ghost. He's not there when you originally taped the show, and then when it's put out, suddenly he's there somehow.
Like it wasn't there. I don't know how that got edited in, but somehow we all reacted to it, and it never happened.
You could be your own Mandela effect. Just
exactly.
Everyone saw it, but nobody knows what it is.
Exactly. Carissa, how have you been? How's everything going?
Good. So far, so good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Lots more merch, of course.
Yeah. I mean, we've interviewed other people within kind of like the same network, right? And it's like it's like now everybody always has the same thing to say about oh yeah, Carissa, she's the queen of merch.
Yeah, I was talking to someone today who has a really great comic book, and they have dragons, and I'm like, how? Like no merch whatsoever, nothing. I was like, you have half naked chicken dragons. You should be making a ton of money. Like, how do you you're doing something wrong? I was like, first you need more dragon pages. Like there's you don't have one page with dragons on it. You have to show the dragon page. And I was like, you need dragon merch. You need dragon merch. You don't have to spend a lot, but you need dragon merch. So he's working on that.
I think I heard you say half naked dragons. I'm all for that merch.
I love that the reaction was you have half naked dragons.
They're wearing pants is what's going on with the dragons.
Oh, but they're topless dragons. I mean,
they're topless dragons. Yeah.
Probably have like amazing non-man pecs.
That's another set of legs, Phil.
They're hot shorts. They're short shorts.
Yeah, I mean, who likes short shorts?
Who wears shorts?
Who wears short shorts?
I'm asking who likes them. I mean, that's what I'm.
I don't know if anyone liked them. They just all wore them. I never wore those, but
Who wears short shorts? I wear short shorts.
see, someone's wearing them.
So how are you doing, Chris? It's glad to have you back on here.
Yeah, thanks. I don't even remember what issue I was on when I was here last time. I'm on 7 now. What was it then? I don't remember.
I can actually look that up.
I think we got the first 3 or
Yeah, I want to
4?
say it was the first 3.
Yeah.
And this was like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I have more now. My 1 year in comics is Halloween.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I've gotten, it's so funny. Everyone's like, it's super impressive. You've got 7 out. And I was like, well, technically I've paid for 9 because I had the one that I threw away that was completely done and printed.
Mhm.
And then I have a prequel issue 1 that I never released that I spent like $4,000 on. So like $9,000 of it was like gone. So
Oh no.
$9,000.
well,
Site.
live and learn. No. Yeah, I finished. Actually, 8's done. So and 9 just got all sketched out, and then the first
Awesome.
2 pages are inked. So
Awesome. That's amazing.
my artist is a machine.
Yeah.
Not literally. It's not AI, people. He's just a
No,
machine.
Just a machine.
As far as I know, though. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean,
I feed them. I feed them data, and they output stuff.
So you had just like I guess book 5 hadn't dropped yet.
wow, I am quick. Yeah. So now this is issue 7, the last issue of book 1. So book 2 starts January 8th. And someone asked, no, he's not an AI artist. Someone's like, no, an AI artist. No,
Are you sure? No.
I think he's cloned. I think he's got more than one person working for him, but no,
I'm a clone. He's my clone, baby.
And as for the question before that, am I the writer and the creator? Yeah, I created the story, and I have so it's somewhat different. I am the writer, and I write everything Serafina, all her thoughts and actions and everything, but I send it over to my co-writer, and she does Draven. So the 2 characters are written by 2 completely different people. So when you read it, it's a little bit unique, and that's because we were role players. We role played this story 3 years. Last 2 weeks ago, we celebrated 3 years with pizza and Evil Dead. So
Yeah.
No, that's great. That's,
Right up Graveyard's alley, right there.
That's like every
I mean,
Friday
putting-
for me.
Yeah, like putting a TTRPG or like just a story I've role played into something is a dream of mine. So I am jealous.
well, it's so I don't know why I didn't think of this before, besides the fact that I probably couldn't afford it. But I got all the art. So my story is, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Supernatural, Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Evil Dead, Good Omens, all that stuff.
Love it.
So I was trying to find an artist from each one. So I got the artist from from the comic book Resident Evil, Jeremy Rampak, I think his name. But you got his cover's phenomenal. Like, it's the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
And he's going to be doing. It's getting colored now. He did the chapter 1 in book 2. And then chapter 2 is from the Buffy artist, Carl Moline, who did the Buffy comic book. And he did an amazing cover, and he's inking it now. And then for 3, I got the interior artist for Evil Dead comic book, which is Kevin Sharp. So
Nice.
So if you remember this from last time, Graveyard is completely obsessed with Evil Dead. So
it is.
smidge.
Someone asked if it's action. It's action, horror, adventure, supernatural. It's all that fun stuff.
It's chaos. Or is it
Yeah,
chaos?
it's chaos for sure. And I'm trying to get an artist from Supernatural comic book. 2 people didn't answer me. 1 answered, but they're out of my price range, but I might still do it anyway. And the other one that I really wanted is Busy. I was like, Busy. I'm like, I have like 45 issues written. I'm sure there's going to be one time that you can do one of those.
Right. Like, no, I'm busy for the next 15 years.
Yeah. Like, really? Just give me a quote so I know if there's hope one day or if I have to sell my home to get a freaking cover.
Right.
Like the Jeremy one is the most I've spent, and he was just inks, like the most I spent, but it was so worth it. I gotta send you. I'll send you a picture, but he's already working on the hardcover for book 2 cover because I'm like, you're gonna have to. It's like 6 months before I order it, but you're still gonna have to do it. That's how much this guy is awesome. And it's so funny because when I first hired him, I was like, I can't really afford you, but here's my money. So
take my money.
Yeah.
Take my money.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Do you have it?
I make
You
these
have it?
jokes like I don't have this.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's what was in my head. I sent you the inks to the main Facebook thing. But yeah, so I'm missing one thing with space. Yeah, I don't have space. Yet. I mean, they travel through portals, so I could put space in series 2. So
Let's straight space is where horror goes to die. All right.
yeah. So 45 issues.
Especially when you're dealing with like Egyptian gods.
Oh,
yeah. There's more Egyptian stuff in the Origins and series 2. This series 1 is 5 books and 45 issues already written.
Wow.
So book 1's done. Book 2 is almost done. We're working on it. It's so technically book 2 is going to be 7 issues, but I wanted to end by Halloween again. So now it's 6 issues and like 6 is like 58 pages. So
good Lord.
Wow.
That's impressive.
That's how impatient I am when it comes to my story. And then book 3, you're not supposed to have a favorite, is absolutely my favorite. So, well, it's the original story.
Chris is one person in the world that can choose which child that is her favorite.
Oh yeah, yeah. My husband hates it when I ask him like, "Who's your favorite cat that we have?" He's like, "I can't answer that." I was like, "Really?" Because I can.
I have a favorite corgi. I mean,
yeah, it's you're just scared to admit it because you feel guilty. But I don't have that problem.
He's scared because his mother will murder him.
I'm pretty sure we have the same favorite, but
Yeah, my co-writer says I can't choose. It's like I can. It's 3. So I do love 2. Like they do get better as they go, but like 3 is my baby because it's Resident Evil. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's them and with 2 survivors that are not Leon and Claire. But they're 2 survivors and they're trying to get through the city for 10 issues with zombies and experiments and all this fun stuff. So I've been waiting like my whole life to do that. So I'm excited for that.
Amazing.
But it's so funny because I was so gun-ho to get to 3 that I forgot every single thing about 2. So when I'm scripting 2, I'm like, holy crap, this is really good. I was like, there's zombies, there's giant salamanders, there's vampire chameleon bats. I'm like, this is really cool. But yeah, so they're creepy. They're vampire bats, but they disappear when they're against the walls because they can blend in. So I thought that was cool terrifying. Concept. Yeah, terrifying.
That's really cool,
guys. There,
yeah, and it's not called Resident Evil; it's non-Resident Evil.
Yeah,
you have the residents, and you have the non-residents.
It's evil in residence.
He says giant salamanders horror at the pet shop. There are homage to liquors. That's what they remind me of. I think liquors always freaked me out the most because they're on the ceiling, they go through glass and whatever. But I think one even made me scream once. I can't remember what room I was in, but I think it went through like the glass of like, I don't know. Silent Hill had more jump scares that got me than Resident Evil, but Resident Evil got me once or twice. Resident Evil, the only time I screamed out loud was when one of the nerds at the store gave me Resident Evil 4 demo that you're not supposed to give out. And they gave it to me, and I called in sick to work, and I'm like playing it, and I could not get into you play Resident Evil 4, you can't, there's like a village, and the demo went all the way until the bell chimed. Yeah, that's the cover, isn't it? Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I love that one.
Man.
Yeah. It's such an amazing job. Look at the detail.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say, like, just
I love the sword through the head. It's just
Love it.
That's good.
I love it.
Like Anubis presiding over. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, the Hellhound looks like a bear. I love him.
He does kind of look like a bear.
Oh, bear.
Yeah.
Fine.
My Hellhound plushie like sold in like 5 minutes. That was like,
Oh.
yeah. We'll have another one for book 2, but every book I want new plushies. So for the next book, we're working on a 3 that so we're working on, it's in a haunted asylum. So we have the giant salamander monsters. We have, of course, these vampire chameleon bats. But we have zombies in a straitjacket because that's what the asylum.
Yes.
So,
Nice.
and my plushie maker was like, "Do you want it to be a working straitjacket?" I was like, "I do now." I didn't know this was an option. So yes, we had to have zombies with straitjackets, and I'm super thrilled about that. So yeah, and we're gonna have a new song because I don't know if you guys know, I have we have the song that's in the video. The background music is the song for our that was created and sung just for our characters. The lyrics are on the page. Yeah, 80s. It's got, our comic is a very 80s, 90s. I hear that all the time. It's very 80s, 90s. It's not a sing along, no. But
I mean, it should be with the bouncing ball and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
I was about to say it could be if you really wanted it.
The lyrics are on,
That's what I'm saying. You
Kickstarter
could
page.
sing along to it.
Yeah, so we have another song.
It's only worth it if it's a sing along.
Yeah, well, you know what? Well, I'm just gonna have to make a video with the bouncy ball. But we're having we have another song coming for book 2 that hopefully will start that we'll have for January. But it's a zombie song. I haven't heard it, so I'm excited about it. But now, of course, I need a new song per book. So now they're screwed. But
well, hey, we have another sing along opportunity.
Yeah,
there you go.
I mean,
yeah,
really?
Instead of a bouncing ball, it could be a bouncing skull. We don't know.
Yeah, a bouncing a zombie's head.
Oh yeah, there you go.
See,
I popped out halfway through. I'm good with that.
see, at this point, you just have a sing-along karaoke disc with the comic as the movie in the background for karaoke night.
Yeah, I'm kind of digging this. As long as their tongue doesn't fall out, it'll work out.
Or maybe it does, and they just continue singing like.
I need a print for this now. I just got my Christmas print. I'll send that to you. It's a Christmas print of Serafina on the Impala wearing a Santa pinup suit outfit, and she's holding the zombie in one hand with a bow around it, and a zombie in the background with snow and stuff. It's awesome.
Nice.
Santa baby.
That's
And
kind of
then
what I pictured.
Toss a head at him.
Yeah.
Shut up.
The zombie voice.
I mean, with that in mind, you got to have a Christmas episode because, in like Dresden Files, Santa is the high court of the elf world.
Yeah. We're gonna have to do that now. I have a nurse in issue 2 of book 2, and she's very kind of scantily clad. So someone's like, "Oh, it's what?"
Scantily clad, you say?
Yeah, she was murdered. She was murdered during sex with a patient. So
oh god,
shirt was kind of like open. But someone's like, you could do a Valentine's Day special. I was like, yeah, she'd be holding a real heart she pulled out of somebody or something. So, I don't know how sexy that'll be, but
And then she eats it like an apple.
yeah. That's messed up.
I mean, or she's shooting real arrows through people's hearts.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like a Cupid, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I guess the heart could be on an arrow.
Yeah,
Right.
she's a ghost in the asylum, so we can have like a pinup ghost. How many people have a pinup ghost on the cover? So Yeah.
That is oddly hot and scary at the same time. It's
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
I'm scared.
I'm into it. I'm there.
Scare Rouse. I like that one. That's like anybody that watches any movie that Graveyard is into.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So that has to be done now. But yeah. So I'm gonna have
Just
to find a
imagine
good
the merch that you can make on that.
Yeah.
right. I'm
Yeah.
like, let me think about this for a second. Yeah.
I mean, at that point in time,
Don't
might
give
as
me
well
more
have,
merch ideas, man. What you see on the Kickstarter now is like 40% of what I own because I can't put it all at once. It'll take like people 4 hours to pick a freaking tier and
Okay, we expect fair compensation for the.
of course. Yeah, when I first launch, it usually takes like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so before then all of a sudden they start coming in and they always make fun of me and they're like, oh, it took like 20 minutes. Like they're reading them all. Like I have to go through the whole thing. I'm like, you got to give them a second to read it all. But yeah, I'm trying. I contacted 4 people and they didn't get back to me because one person at one of the cons had an action figure and it was pretty low. It was only $200. I shouldn't say only, but it's $200.
Only $200.
Well, because every time I go to like a site to make action figures, it's always like $10,000 and then you have to get like 10,000 of them.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, it's a little bit trickier, but
It's always like large runs that they want you to do.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, it's kind of annoying. But I want to try. I definitely want an action figure. I want a lot of action figures. I want the Angel and Demon. I want Seraphina, Raven. I want the Hellhound, Anubis, all the monsters. Eventually, we want to have a tabletop RPG game. And then someday, hopefully, a survival game, because that would be like the full circle of, it came from a survival game and then it has a survival game. And then, of course, an animated series is my all-time dream. So.
With a TTRPG, yeah, like an animated, you were speaking my language. So
Yeah.
I'm there.
I need something akin to heavy metal.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I could see that. I kind of like
staying with like the 80s aesthetic, right? Like heavy metal style would be perfect.
Yeah. The RPG, that's probably like sadly I've never played RPG. You would think that I would be all over that. I just sat there and watched the nerds play it. But which I think I made them all nervous because I was, the only girl in the shop for like 4 years.
I'm sure they're just like this.
Is she supposed to be? Can I say
yeah.
this? Can I say
I was
that?
a celebrity.
Okay.
Don't move. Women's vision is based on movement.
Yeah. I used to get made fun of so I would go to like the anime conventions like Katsucon and Otakon and I would go with like 9 guys and we'd all stay in a hotel together and it would be like huge beds and like they were all scared to like be in the bed even near me. They would all sleep on the floor. And it was like, there's a second bed. I mean, I understand not sleeping, but and then I would get all the discounts because I'd be dressed like, I don't know if you guys know Dietlit, but I was Dietlit from Lotus War or Kagome from Inuyasha and I would get all like the discounts and they're like, we didn't get all that. I was like, I'll go buy you one. Hold on. Back in the day when it was very rare. Now you see them all over, but back in the day I was the only girl at these things.
I mean, I think a great, especially as you get your books going, a survival horror art tabletop game where you play through the books in each chapter as each character.
That would be cool. Yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah, now that we're adding like more monsters to it, like I think it would be really cool to have like a source book and all that fun.
Yeah.
I used to draw from the D&D manuals. I never played, I just had the manuals. So I would draw the dragons and all that stuff. So, but yeah.
Yeah, none of us nerds here has ever played D&D, right?
Yeah.
What is D&D?
I mean, it looks awesome.
Awesome.
I didn't play Magic either. Like it looked interesting, but I didn't want to learn the rules.
Yeah, like
fair. No, that's fair.
It's not like one of the guys on this stream has an entire show dedicated
to it. Yeah.
Of Magic or D&D?
Of D&D and intersecting with like pop culture and stuff. So it's
Yeah. So
I'll get into my pluggables way later
So
in
you're
the
gonna have
show.
to help me
but-
put my RPG game together. Yeah,
All
I
right.
was.
Yeah, I'm in. No, I'm there. I'll happily do that.
I was so funny because
I'll
I
just
was.
teach you D&D. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it would be right up my alley. Obviously, I used to play
right,
Might and Magic, the
Mhm.
the video game. I
Yep.
think that was the closest I ever got to it, and I played I played the art. I played Emblem and all that stuff, but not an actual.
Just
But
go to Baldur's Gate, and then there you go. You're like right in the D&D world.
Yeah.
yeah, I played what was the one? It wasn't that one, I don't think, but they do go to hell, right? With
Well, there's
Diablo 4.
yeah.
Okay.
One of the Diablos I played, but I couldn't tell you which one it was.
I was gonna say Neverwinter is another like D&D based game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's absolute tons.
Yeah.
I mean, so I played like that, but I never actually made the only RP I've ever technically done was the writing kind, and
Right.
So
Fair.
yeah, but I know what it's like to be a character, so
Right. No, I think you'd be great.
Yeah.
So,
like I need another thing to get obsessed with, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, I know. No,
I might.
I get that.
Someone sent me. I was asking what kind of homage cover could I do for D&D with like Anubis and the Hellhound, and I think somebody sent me one that might fit. But I would love to do an homage cover to one of them. So.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You need another obsession like Ash Williams needs another hand cut off.
Yeah. I just watched that show. Like I had seen like one or two of the what is it, Ash versus
the Evil Dead.
Yeah. And I had watched one or two, and for some reason I got distracted and hadn't watched it. And then that's what we watched during our 3 year. It's actually a really good show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not that I had any doubts because I love Bruce Campbell, but it's kind of
he's mine.
Fair enough. But yeah. So this is issue 7. There's it's longer than most because I have no idea how to shorten a story. 38 pages. So it didn't seem like a lot when I was like, oh, it's only 4 more than the last one. Then I realized, well, the last one, that's technically a lot. So, but I think my shortest is 24 pages, which is 5, and the rest are all between 28 and 38 pages. So but I know where I want to stop. I just don't know how to stop. It's like, I'll get there. And my goal was 28 pages for all of them, like book 2. I was like, I'm going to do 28 pages. And I got the first one and the second one, 28 pages. And I went through the first one again. I was like, I don't know. This is a zombie fight. I'm going to want bigger panels. And yeah, it wound up being 32 pages. So I was like, damn it.
You're not too far off.
Yeah. It's only like a couple hundred more.
Right.
It's like I had a goal. Yeah, no, fuck the goal.
Yeah. And for book 2, I got a new colorist because my artist used to do it all.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a colorist and I got a letterer so that he could just focus on the art so that he stopped saying that I'm killing him. So it's like, and I always say to him, I was like, you could take a break. I mean, I don't want you to.
Yeah.
But you can take a break. And he never does. So it's like literally like it ends on like a Thursday and the next one's the cover. And then Monday starts the news issue. So I warned my colorist, was like, just be prepared. Because he's like, because I don't know if you know Lori from Path of the Pale Rider, but it's also her colorist. So he's like, usually she pays me like every other day or every 2 days or something. I was like, I'm not paying you every 2 days because this is pretty much for the rest of my life or until my comic fails. So I'll pay you on like Friday or something, or I'm not gonna go and PayPal like 4 times a week to pay you.
Right.
So I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, just be prepared. And then I told him. He finished last week, and I said, "Oh, you probably have a couple weeks." And then my artist handed in 2 pages today. I was like, "Oh, by the way, we have 2 pages to color." So, whoops, whatever.
I mean, yeah, let him know that his chain that's on the wall is 8 feet long. He can take a venture to the other side of the room.
Yeah. There was my artist had posted the RoboCop meme that said the poor guy died and he had to go to work the next day. And I commented on it and I'm like, that's you. I'm like, if you die, you have to go to work the next day.
Right. you're now my undead thrall.
Yeah, yeah.
Coloring my book.
You're screwed.
Wait,
Sorry.
he's not already.
Yeah. He's still a willing participant, but I don't know for how much longer. But yeah, fortunately he loves the story. Like, I'm so lucky because actually I wanted to slap him because I had a crossover print with Lori because I just wanted to see our characters together. And I was like, it's her character about to kiss Seraphina's hand, and then Draven like hulking out over it because he doesn't want anyone touching her. So I sent that to him, and then a couple hours later, I was like, oh, you know what? You're gonna kill me, but can you add like Anubis and her zombie bear? Like,
I was just saying the bear needs to be in that.
Big James.
Yeah. So it's like, can you add Big James and Anubis? And I thought he was gonna yell at me or charge me more, and he was like, yeah, no problem. I was like, okay, good. And then he writes, I really thought this was gonna be boring, but now I can't stop drawing. I was like, you know, asshole, this shit is not boring.
You're not eating today, all right?
There's nothing boring about Anubis and Big James.
Yeah. No bread for you. But he loves book 2 because it's like nonstop action. I mean, before it was nonstop action, but they stopped to breathe for like a page. Now they don't even have that. So, and
the best part is in my mind, I'm just sitting here thinking, like, just imagining going, did you just breathe? Stop! Keep working!
Yeah. There's no stopping to breathe, man. But it was so funny because Carl Moline, the one who from Buffy, asked me. He's the first artist to be like, "So what happens in the book?" Usually, they're like, "What do you want?" I was like, "I don't know, draw something." And he for book 1 he did everything: pencil, ink, color, letter. But for book 2, I thought I'd help a little bit. And I have the color. He hated coloring and he hated lettering, so I hired a color and a letter. So Carl Moline's like, all right, so what happens? And I'll pick what I want to do. And it's like, okay. They start off fighting 2 ghosts. Okay, then they have to get through a group of giant salamander monsters. Then there's a man-eating plant. And then it ends with her in a towel about to fight zombies. And he's like, that's the book or the issue? I was like, no, it's just the issue. Like, sure, I'll think of something. I was like, yeah, you do that. So he did a really cool man-eating plant one, which I love.
Is it called Audrey 3?
Yeah, she's like, I think Seraphina says something like, if this thing says feed me.
Feed me.
But that's not even the Easter egg, I think, in that issue, but I mean, it could be. But I think the Easter egg, I think it's the plant from Resident Evil, one of the herbs. That's in there somewhere. I'm trying to think what the first one was. Saw. It's hard to remember to put the Easter eggs in there. I'm like, did I put an Easter egg? I hope I put an Easter egg in there. And then you got to try to do it where it's not illegal. Like, right. How much of this Easter egg can I put in here? Yeah. Where I get in trouble.
This is a setup by BYTE.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna use that in my, when I'm in court. Like, no, it's not completely different.
No. Mine goes ting 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 ting, and his goes ting 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 ting. It's the extra ting.
What issue I want? This is issue 7. This is the last one in book 1. It answers most of the questions in the last 6 and creates a whole bunch more questions. But it has the angel and demons fighting, and it has the hellhounds, and it has there's a lot going on. The entire series 1 is already written. So yeah, it's already done. This book, is 7 done? Oh yeah, it's printed. So, yeah.
Nice.
Well, I don't post anything. I don't do any campaigns unless I have it in hand because I want to make sure it looks right.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that it, oh,
that's awesome.
It's worthy of chaos.
As we all see, it is very worthy of chaos.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm probably getting 8 printed in 2 weeks when I order. I always order the next issue when I order the current issue for like I print the regular cover. The variants I don't print because I have no idea how many I'm going to need. Like with my luck, I'll order 25 and I'll need 26. So I'm like, well, that sucks. So I don't order the variants. But when I do, when my Kickstarter ends, I ship out the books. Like regular covers get shipped the same day, if not the next day. And then variants get shipped out in like 10 days. The cover artist, this is actually my artist, Jonas DaCosta. This is an homage to probably, it's not a very known one, but it's a Supernatural poster. You can see the card at the bottom. Yep. And in the poster, it's the characters are supposed to be Sam, Dean, and Jack and Castiel. And there was like this weird doorway. This is the haunted asylum that they run into. But yeah, why? Thank you.
Yeah.
But
So I assume each of the series have different titles, right? Is that so? The whole thing is Worthy Chaos, right?
So the whole thing's Worthy Chaos. Yeah. So book 2 is Fatal Decisions.
Gotcha.
Which would be nice to get away from redemption because there's like 700 redemptions on Kickstarter. Did not think that ahead. That's why if anyone wants to search Kickstarter, just search Worthy Chaos. I'm the only thing that pops up. Redemption, not so much. Worthy Chaos. Yeah, they
1,000 books named Redemption.
Yeah, Redemption. Like I think 700, 800 things pop up. So
we've been redeemed by what?
Yeah, I didn't think that through. I think even like there was like a chat I was in. They're like, "Oh, we have a book named Redemption." I was like, "Damn it, I did not think this." So at least Worthy Chaos is somewhat unique.
No, I think it's good. I really like it, and I love the art behind you too.
That's like, my artist too, Jonas.
It's amazing.
Yeah. That's actually one of my favorites. I had already had a banner, but I was like, I need a banner with Anubis on it. So that demon isn't even in the series yet. I was just do a fur demon, but I had him do it so that I could do the plushie, which it's not posted yet, but he's a little deer demon. Yeah, he's way cuter here than there.
I know
he's so cute, and then you read the comics, it's like, why?
Oh my god!
He's everywhere.
Yeah, the plushies are a little bit cuter. This I think I have. So my Hellhound sold out. My zombie merman statue sold out. I have the plushie for which I just found out stands up on his own. The skeleton birds I have 2 left of, and 1 more Anubis, and that's it.
Nice.
So, yeah. And I'm making a new Hellhound for the next Kickstarter in January. Yeah,
cool.
Those plushies cost me more than freaking anything, but they're so cool.
He said the plushies look so tame.
Yeah, yeah, a little cuter than yeah.
Just wait till you fall asleep. Let's create. Then they come out.
Go, Darren. Go read the book and see how tame they are.
Wait, report back.
Yeah, they're not that tame in the book. Whoops. I don't know what the plushie looks like for the vampire bats or the salamanders. They're being made now because I was watching, The Evil Dead with my co-writer. Just out of nowhere, she's like, "I wish we had a plushie for the salamanders." I was like, "Damn it!" Grab my phone. All right. So I'm like ordering that, and then it came. I was like, "Well, now I need something for the zombies," and I was like, "Oh, this should be a straitjackets." And I have miniatures too. This is if you want to see my miniature straitjacket.
Cute. Yeah. And now we're here, several $100 later.
Yeah. Well, I have a dollhouse of a 1920s asylum, insane asylum. Cool. And I wish I could show you, and it's probably a good thing I can at the same time. But the bottom of it, there's 4 rooms, there's 2 top rooms, and then the bottom 2. One is the torture room. Oh, no. with like all of the torture things. The chairs have the little straps on it, and this one actually, let's see, goes up.
It does more than my bed.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I thought that was cool. And then
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fun fact: Graveyard sleeps on nothing but a cot on a metal frame.
That sounds comfortable. Then I have a morgue with a freezer with the little drawers that open, and there's an autopsy on a zombie. Ta-da.
Oh,
sweet.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, one of my favorite. They're all accurate to the time period. But here's the little tools.
Ooh,
Cool?
nice.
So none of that's related, but they're really cool. So yeah. But yeah, so let's see. I found the hardest thing to show pages of this issue because it gave so many spoilers because it was answering all the questions. I was like, I probably should have asked for pages before they were lettered because I'm like, yeah, I can't do that page. Oh, that's a cool page. Oh, I can't do that page. I was like, can't do that page. I was like, oh, that spoils the thing right before. Yeah, so it was not easy. It was not easy, but yeah. So I got 11 days left on my Kickstarter. Your books are great on hot. Yeah, that's my 1 year Halloween.
Nice. Actually, do me a favor, Carissa. Can you put the link for your Kickstarter in the private chat? Because I'm going to put that out on the main chat.
Sure.
Is it different than what's already here?
Well, this one's better. Do this one.
Okay. That's probably
the reason why this is better is because I bought a domain so that if someone watches this during my next campaign, they can still use the same link.
Oh, awesome.
Look at that. Twice. It's on there twice.
I was first. Haha.
Yeah, because that's what happens when you have multiple guys with admin access.
I have all the power.
You guys fighting to who can put it out the fastest? Like, ready, go.
Yeah. Who can put it out there faster? And we literally put it out at the same time, but his was just slightly faster than mine.
Well, you know.
Hey, you know what? I'm faster, all right? That's why I. Oh, never mind.
It's not always a good thing.
I think that's the point he was making.
Yeah.
All right. I see what's going on here.
And for anyone that
There you
go. For anyone that missed any of the past ones, obviously we have ketchup tiers, but it's the most common is people buying the ketchup tier. However, I do have issue 1 as printed or PDF so that you can, as a new person, which a lot of campaigns don't have, and I don't know why. Probably because they want people to buy the ketchup tier, which if you want money, I guess that's good. But I did it so that people that don't have a lot of money and just want a taste of it, they can, get it if they want to. So I do have PDF 1, PDF 2, and then there's PDF 7. And then you can get anything you want in the add-ons. Like if you just want 1 and 2, because everyone wants 2 because Anubis starts in that one, you can get those 2. Or I have a mini ketchup tier, which is 3 issues. Yes, there are trading cards. I actually have glossy trading cards that are included in most of the tiers, and I have metal trading cards that you can get in the add-ons. It's like
that's cool.
A set.
Yes.
I love metal. I mean, this is issue 5 metal. It's so pretty. But I think the cover this time is one of the covers has it. So there's a war between me and Lori. I don't know if you've looked at my Kickstarter.
Yes.
So there's
that right now.
there's 2 covers. There's the no scratches and the scratches.
Mm-hmm.
And Lori, I couldn't decide which one I wanted. The artist is like, well, you pick which one. You can have both or whatever. So I said, which one do you want? And she's like, I like the scratches. I was like, well, I like no scratches. Oh, no. So I went on Kickstarter. I went on Twitter and I went on Facebook and I posted them thinking that, people would settle the score. No. Not only was it completely split down the middle, they were so adamant about their side. Like it wasn't like scratches, no scratches, scratches, no scratches, scratch. No, it was paragraphs of why.
Yeah. Welcome to the internet.
I'm like, I think I need both. I'm like, I don't know. So there's
a really passionate about this.
Yeah. They were so adamant.
For my own health, I think I need to have them.
They were like, the story is and it was funny because sometimes they had the same point but for a different cover. So like one's like, it should be scratched because it's a horror and it's, you know, violent and blah blah. And the other one's like it should be no scratches because it's dark and your story's dark and violent. I was like, okay,
What?
so we're gonna have both. So
Okay.
so far mine's winning. So
Welcome to the internet where everyone argues over trivial things.
Yeah, they just want to argue. Like so far, every time I post something, there's always someone that says both, and I'm like, you're not helping me. The only time, and I kind of did it as a joke to see if I was wrong or whatever. But it worked out. I had done pins. I had pins for the first time. I have 2 acrylic and 2 metal, and I had posted the metal ones. There was 3 of them. I was like, all right, which ones do you like the best? And I kind of knew which one was going to win. And it did win, but the other one was such a close second. I was like, I'll do that one. But the third one was like such a corny one. And they were just like, it's Anubis eating an ice cream cone. I was like, he's holding a dagger, but it does look like an ice cream cone. That one. But yeah, the other one I did post out there. And I just like to see people argue over nothing.
I was going to say, you should just like, and because this is what I would do, but I mean, like, just mess with people and tell people it's the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Right? No, it is eating an ice cream cone. I'm glad you caught that.
It really did look like he was eating an ice cream cone. And then I posted the coins. I had 3 coins, Anubis coins, 1 shiny, which obviously I bought like 300 of anyway. And there was like 2 silver ones. That one did win, but the other ones were close. Like I didn't think that anyone would like one of them because it was very detailed but very dark and no, they all equally won. So I have all 3. But I have the most shiny coins.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Yeah. Yeah, so shiny.
Don't ask the internet for their opinion.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the theme.
I'm like, you guys are not
You have to get the
helpful at
shiny
all.
ones because Pokemon are shiny.
Yeah. The reasonings for some of them were just so unique. I was like, really? But yeah, so and it's so funny because I really felt like scratches was going to win more, but no, mine's winning. So you can buy no scratches or both. That's the only way I keep winning.
I see.
And a few people have bought both, so I'm like still ahead. But yeah.
Not that you're keeping track.
No, I'm not. No, there's not keeping track at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
Actually,
that she's not completely destroying Lori right now. It's not exactly. That's not what's happening at all. Just know.
Not that I'm beating her into the ground or anything. Somebody is trying to get me into Barnes and Nobles that used to work there, so I might be. My hardcover might be.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's not here yet, but we'll see. I don't know how long the hell that'll take. So I haven't announced it or shown anyone or I showed my biggest fan because I knew he would buy it anyway. And I showed somebody that usually only buys like PDFs. I was like, I know you don't buy, the paper ones, but I got this cool hardcover. And then he's like, I need that. I was like, okay then.
Right.
So hopefully people will buy them because I had to buy 500 of them. So here's hoping. We have to like build a shed in the back to store all these. But
I mean, in fairness, I didn't used to buy comics until I started doing the show.
I read. Everyone's like, "Oh, you must be big into comics." I was like, I haven't read a comic book since the 90s. Like I was like,
luckily because me and Graveyard host a show where we interview indie comic creators now.
Yeah.
I've always like gotten comics. I've gotten more into indie. I've always been like more into like the major comics, but I've been getting more into indie comics lately. Graveyard is just like, I'm just gonna read comics in general now.
Yeah, I only read indie now. Like when I was growing up, I was Ghost Rider. Everything was Ghost Rider. The Danny version, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Though I used to hang out at Borders, so I'd say you're the enemy, but mine's gone, so I guess you win.
Right, yeah.
But I used to hang out
there?
I used to hide in bookstores. Like I used to love bookstores.
I remember Borders closing. So
yes,
I remember it closing. Yeah.
I remember buying my first Blu-ray there for $40.
I remember both opening.
I remember the town fair that said DVDs will be a thing soon. So I don't want to hear it for anyone who doesn't remember that.
Yeah.
I was so against it for whatever reason, I was like, I like technology. I just don't like learning it or dealing with it. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, VHS is fine. And then somebody said, you can watch dubbed anime or Japanese with subtitles. Like, damn it! So I had to get into DVD. Actually, I had a Laserdisc player for one anime just so I could watch that one anime. And I have no idea what I ever did with that Laserdisc player, but damn, was that thing heavy.
Let's just. I don't want to age Graveyard, but he still has Betamax.
Really?
I mean, my parents still have their Betamax. I am a collector of all retro electronics.
We have all the records from what are they, 45s? Or is that my gun? I don't know. One or the other.
Yeah, Betamax was the superior tape because it had better quality, but
was more expensive and was way bigger. So I mean,
my VCR had a remote control that was attached by a wire.
Yes.
Yes. Annoying. It would hang in the front of the TV. Like, really?
Yeah. So let's create essentially Betamax versus VHS was the war between Blu-ray and HD DVD.
Yeah.
And who determined that? The porn industry.
Porn industry. Yep.
Oh, really?
Yes, they did. They went with VHS and they went with Blu-ray.
So surprisingly and unsurprisingly at the same time, whatever porn backs ends up becoming the
Yep, I was about to say a lot of our modern video technology has come from that.
Yes.
Good to know.
Like, it's funny that people think that's a joke, and it's like it's not.
No, it's not a joke at all. No,
always goes the route that porn goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's.
I wanted so much in this show. It's very, very thoughtful.
And yes, let's create. I saw the VCR.
This is the most insightful show you will ever be on.
Yes, let's create. I have a VCR, and I still have a Laserdisc with about 360 horror movies on Laserdisc.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I said, I had a Laserdisc player, but I only had Fishuga Yugi on it. So it was literally one disc, and I don't even know what I did with it. So, yeah. I had Fishuga Yugi in every form, Inuyasha and Fishuga Yugi in every form you could possibly think of. I bought it bootlegged. I bought it Laserdisc. Then I bought it VHS. Then I bought it DVD. And for Inuyasha, I had it mailed to me from Japan. So I might have had a slight obsession with of Inuyasha, but yeah.
Which is fair because Inuyasha's badass. So
yeah, that was one of my favorites, man. I remember when it first came out, and the guy showed me. He's like, "You like anime?" at the comic book store, and I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, this is the new issue that came out." And I was like, "Oh, I like his ears." And I remember that Barnes and Noble, before Barnes and Nobles had anime, I had to go to New York City to get my anime from the Japanese stores where nobody speaks English whatsoever, and they stare at you really weird, and so you pull out a credit card and spend $500, and then they're fine.
Yeah. That's a thing.
They remember you after that. Like, you spent $500. They're like, "Oh, come back." So, yeah. So, but I took the train. I went to New York City. I'd get a bunch of bootleg stuff or manga, or whatever. It was awesome. I can't do that anymore. I'm in the South now. So. Not that I need to.
Yeah, right. I know.
I mean, I'm sure you can find stuff in the South that's just like that.
It's just significantly harder.
Yeah.
As the man who is living in the South currently.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder.
Oklahoma still considered the South?
No, it's the Midwest.
Depends on what part you're in.
It's the Midwest.
Is
what part you're in.
Oklahoma.
I would say I'm probably more in the Midwest.
I think that's Midwest.
The more southern eastern you go.
You don't have this
more and more southern.
You don't have the southern twang, so you're not southern. Sorry.
I do not have the southern twang because I am from California technically. So
I knew I was in the South when y'all was on billboards. I was like, "That's a real word."
Yep, it is.
That? Yeah.
I consciously try not to use it. So.
Howdy, y'all.
I have not used y'all, and I have not used bless your heart. So
bless your heart.
Yeah. And it was little things that was weird, like really stupid things that you wouldn't think were culture shock, because like, I'm from New York originally, so when if someone says they're sorry or something, they'd say it's okay, no problem, or whatever. Here they say you're fine. I was like, I'm what? I'm like, I'm fine in which way? Like, they're like, no, you're fine. I was like, all right, yeah, I'm pretty fine. Yeah. But then like, and this is my theory anyway. So people always make fun of New York drivers, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've got nothing on Southern drivers. Southern drivers are crazy.
Oh,
and this is my theory.
Yeah.
This is my theory. Southern people are polite all day long, whether real or fake. They are polite all day long. In the car, they get all that aggression out that are fake all day long. I mean, I've seen them like. First of all, the first thing I saw when I came here is them turning red. Right, left on red. Like I'm like, it's red. I'm like, I don't let. Where are you turning? This is not right on left red. Like, yeah. So I don't know why they would turn, but that's a thing here. I've never saw that in New York. I never saw that in New York City.
I can tell you it's a thing in Chicago. That's not the South.
Yeah.
It's probably a thing in California too. I wouldn't be surprised.
I guess depending on where you are, because Northern California, not really much of a thing.
Yeah, but yeah.
New York never. I mean, New York, if they did it, I never saw. I'm sure it happened, but it didn't seem like a common thing. Whereas here, it's like at nighttime, they're like, no one's coming. Left. I'm like, really?
Right.
I don't want to die.
I mean, I'm sure at least where you're at, they're actually in the left lane. In Chicago, they're in the right lane, turning left on red.
That's pretty bad. That is pretty
bad. That happens here too.
Yeah.
I'm saying this every day in Chicago, like every
and no one knows how to use a roundabout or traffic circle or whatever the hell.
Oh, I hate roundabouts so much.
It's funny in Europe.
Not that hard.
So guys, we're getting into this. Corissa, you hanging around for the bracket?
What is the bracket?
Yeah.
Best.
Well, that's right. She wasn't. We didn't get into the bracket last time when she was on because the conversation went so. Like we focused so much on the conversation we had, we didn't do the bracket, and it's like we got to do this just because our bracket this month is so big for Halloween that we have to do it every episode, or so we can't like ignore it like we do sometimes. So our bracket right now we're doing, and I know everybody that's been on has had a blast with this, especially because I know you're into horror. We are doing best horror franchise bracket.
Okay.
So you get to, so basically you get to vote on what your favorite horror bracket is.
Elm Street.
And the thing is, I am not into horror, so that's
blasphemy.
And we are so.
And you let him stay on. What?
Oh yeah.
Well, he knows the rule that he has to vote for one particular franchise no matter what, or he's.
Oh yeah, no, I'm voting. I just have Google tab.
Have you seen any of them, or are you just wildly?
I have seen some of them.
Okay.
There are some of them that I have seen.
Yeah.
I am just not a horror person. So
yeah, these from the 80s or 90s and the new ones, because I don't really watch the new ones. Like I watched the Terrifier, and I was just like, they just okay.
Like, yes, people are very shocked by that movie, and I'm like, "There's the scene." I watch the entire movie, and I go, "All right, so what scene is everyone talking about?"
Yeah,
I'm like,
I will say in the first one, the medieval torture was pretty bad, but I saw that at the museum, so it didn't really faze me.
Right.
But that one was pretty. That was pretty bad. The second one, I didn't find any of them interesting at all. I don't find him frightening or terrifying or whatever. I just
Terrifier's the clown, right?
Yes, Art the Clown.
He's a mime. He's a mime. He doesn't
he's
talk.
a mime.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
it's not
basically
a horror movie. It's like it's just death for the sake of death. There is no story to. Not that you need a story in horror, but you need some kind of fake story to go on.
Yes. So where we were, Let's Crate's asking is we are doing the second half of round one. We've gotten through one half in 2 weeks. So
actually, next week we're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff because I think we'll probably end up doing an extra episode for the bracket next week.
Yeah.
This is only bracket 1 of 3.
Oh, God, yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to be on that one. I might. We'll see.
So, all right. So first up, we have the Child's Play franchise. So that's including everything, including the horrible Mark Hamill, Aubrey Plaza one,
All right.
versus the Blair Witch franchise.
Oh, I have not seen any of these, but I'm familiar. So
it's just what you think is a better franchise as a whole.
Am I supposed to say it out loud, or is this a secret?
Yeah,
No,
say
say
it
it
out.
out. Yeah, we
no,
vote.
please do, yeah.
Whoever has the most
I have
vote
to
moves
go
on.
with Chucky. I don't find Blair Witch entertaining at all. So
I was going to say Blair Witch simply because, for good or ill, it
you don't know horror. Shut up. No, I'm just kidding.
fair. No,
That's why you picked Blair Witch, because it's not a horror.
it gave a boost to found footage and inspired all the ARGs that are around now and all of these other things, and it brought that back, or it kind of created it almost.
No.
So I feel like for
the 70s.
The genre that Graveyard is now a part of.
it brought it back, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
It brought it back. It brought it into pop culture. I would say for its impact, I'm going to go Blair Witch.
I mean, Let's Create is correct. The first Blair Witch was a huge success. The follow-up movie a year later, no one talks about because it was so awful and it was not found footage.
So, Blair
that's-
Witch is not a franchise. It's a movie.
Well, there's 3 movies.
There's 3.
Yeah, but if they're not very good.
Somehow.
So.
Right,
It's only a
right.
movie.
Somehow there are 3 movies.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Child's Play. Just once again, I'm always showing off my horror tattoo because I do have Chucky right here.
Ooh.
Team Child
All right,
Play.
Phil.
Plus, I mean, what's scarier than a damn doll coming after you?
I'm Team Charles Lee Ray, so yeah, we're going there.
Also
Woohoo!
got to represent Chicago, Lakeshore Strangler.
Yeah,
So,
Charles Lee Ray all the way.
oh, absolutely. Brad Dourif kills it in anything he's in.
Yeah.
X-Files was cool.
Yes. All right. Well, I think Let's
look at
Create.
you.
Yes. Hearing the Joker come out of the doll was not very good.
My issue wasn't so much Mark Hamill as it was the new one. My issue wasn't as much Mark Hamill as it was because I was okay with new interpretation of the character. I didn't like that it wasn't like the whole idea was
AI gone bad.
Yeah, it wasn't voodoo, and it wasn't like it's a serial killer that's been put inside of a doll. It's a rogue AI that can control your smart home products, which actually set my industry back. So it's like the industry that so it's like, I wasn't
change what works.
I wasn't a fan of
Was he CGI in the new one?
I mean, he was mostly practical.
Yes and no.
Practical. He was mostly practical.
Yes. All right. So Child's Play moves on. So that's great.
Oh, is that okay? I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So next up we have all 15 Puppet Masters versus all 10 Saws.
Oh.
Puppet Master.
Puppet Master.
I know
feel
where
like
Cam's going.
Saw is just
Cam only cares about Saw. So
I know Cam only cares about Saw.
who cares about Saw?
One of our other hosts that he was in the chat, just finished Loki. Yeah, I am going. It's tough because all the Puppet Masters after number 1 were not very good. I feel just because the puppets became the good guys.
I did not see them. Are they really?
Yeah. The first one, they're villains. Everything after that, they are working with the guy who created them to help take down Nazis.
All right, then didn't miss anything.
And eventually you get Corey Feldman.
Nazi puppets or
and then Saw, which ran out of ideas in part 3 of it, and then just keeps
Didn't he
rehashing
die in real life? The creator died, or the writer?
No.
Yeah, he died like 4 something, right? Director, somebody died. Who
Well,
died?
they killed off Jigsaw in number 4.
No, I mean in real life. Whoever made them. Right?
I didn't think so. Because the creator of Saw was James Wan and Lee Rennell, who are still very much alive and active.
Somebody associated with making the movie died before before movie 5, but I don't know who it was. Maybe it was the director or something. I don't know.
Might have been the director.
You know. Anyway, I'm not a Saw fan, so. So the one Puppet Master I saw is better than all the Saws I saw.
Shockingly, I think I am going to go with Saw because I feel like the puppets shouldn't be the good guys.
Yeah, that bugs me too.
It seems a little.
There's really 15 Puppet Masters.
Was that?
Is there really 15 Puppet Masters?
There's at least 13. And there was a crossover that starred Corey Feldman that came out a couple years ago. It was Puppet Master versus Dolls. Or versus Demonic Toys.
Oh, you know what? I saw not the. I didn't see the movie, but I saw the like advertisement for that, and I was like, they still make Puppet Master movies?
Oh, they haven't stopped. Just no one stopped. No one keeps paying attention. Me.
If it's a shitty movie, Graveyard watches it. So,
very much so. Very much so. So, Phil, what's your vote?
There are 16 of them.
Oh my god!
Well, there's 15. Then the crossover I count as a separate timeline. Like Alien versus Predator isn't part of Alien or Predator; it's both.
Right. All right. So there are 15 technically then.
So I am going with Saw because fuck Puppet Master.
I mean, yes, I am in the same boat. As much as I love cheesy horror, I cannot sit down and watch all 15 plus the crossover in a row.
I couldn't even sit down and learn that there was 15. So. But
I mean, because we're talking like what's the best franchise? It's like if I'm gonna sit down and watch an entire franchise, would I rather watch? And my only choices are Saw or Puppet Master. I'm probably more inclined to watch Saw. I mean, in all reality, I'm probably gonna say, just not gonna watch movies. But I mean, if I watch Puppet Master, if I have to pick between the two, I'd probably watch more Saw movies.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Puppet Master. I don't like the Saw movies. I think they're. But I haven't really watched them, but I'm not into those. I don't
Torture porn?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like some kind of fake story with my horror. Like porn. Those at least have a fake story.
And we're back talking about porn. All right.
No, I mean I'm doing Saw, even though I just watched all 10 of them in the past week and a half. Just for the
a movie is shit if you guys are reviewing it on your podcast.
Well, we are just because Saw X came out, so we had to do them all. So that was a tedious task to say the least. But I'm still going with Saw just because Puppet Master, it's like by number 5, I'm just so sick of it. So it's one of those things like, all right, I guess I have to watch all of them at some point. So Saw does win. But next up, we have all the, I think, 7 Wrong Turn movies.
Oh, God.
See, the first one's my favorite. This is wrong.
Versus...
That's the Wrong Turn, specifically.
Versus the 5 Omen movies.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Now, here's the thing. I have to vote for Wrong Turn because the first one was my top 3 favorite movie, but I couldn't even get through the second one, but I don't. That's a really tough one.
What about you, young Phil?
Fuck. Okay, we're talking Wrong Turn
or The Omen
versus
the Omen series.
The Omen series, yes.
Versus Damien.
Adult version played by Sam Neill.
Really?
Yep. Number 3.
I don't usually get too far into these franchises.
It's like, should I vote on it just because Sam Neill was in it?
I mean, in fairness, Wrong Turn had what's her name? Faith. Yeah, Faith from Buffy, and the guy who was boning Dexter's sister the detective in Dexter.
I've always had the hots for Faith, so we're gonna go with Wrong Turn.
Again, fair. All right. Again, I am going to go based on what it inspired, because The Omen inspired Good Omens, and I love that.
Really?
So we're going with The Omen. Yes.
I mean, if you want to call the story of the Antichrist to be original to The Omen,
Well, but the whole baby
Yes.
swapping thing,
yes,
very much inspired Good Omens. So
yes, Rosemary Baby as well.
I mean,
but again, Neil Gaiman specifically said,
Yeah.
"Hey, this is inspired by The Omen." So
I mean, I would say the best thing that The Omen inspired is Damien in South Park.
Yes,
Yes,
that's true.
coming to kill you all.
also, all of the screenshots that I'm seeing, or like all of the pictures for Wrong Turn, look very comedic. So,
hey, Appalachian hillbillies are scary as hell. All right.
I mean, yeah, but
That's why you play them in movies, Graveyard. It's also because of your beard. But I mean, like,
I'm pretty sure I have Wrong Turn people down the road, so
We
it's
all
terrifying.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think I may have Wrong Turn people as neighbors. So
I got lucky because I'm like a sea of middle class people that follow the rules and mow their lawns across the street to a bunch of white trash on the way down.
we have apartments across the street.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the worst.
Yeah.
So, yeah. My husband hates it. I'm just like, close your eyes as we drive down this major highway over here.
what's the other crazy hillbilly movies? Is The Hills Have Eyes?
Hills Have Eyes. Yes.
Eyes, based on a true story. Because what isn't?
Correct.
Right. Everything's based on
Inspired by
based on a true story. What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the other creepy hillbilly movie.
Everything Rob Zombie.
Yeah. House of a Thousand Corpses about hillbillies.
Again,
The
Silent
fun.
Hillbillies. Silent Hillbillies.
Silent hillbillies. Yeah.
Yep. So, Phil, did you say Wrong Turn?
I think so far I'm the only Wrong Turn.
No, I'm Wrong Turn.
Woohoo!
I don't find religion scary.
You're right
I mean,
with Wrong Turn.
I find religious people scary, not religion.
Oh yeah.
I think,
Fair.
but I mean,
Yeah, me too.
Damien is kind of a terrifying character if you really look at him.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's kind of like the same.
You're
It's
more likely
first
to
movie.
run into a Wrong Turn situation than an Omen situation.
But I mean, like both.
It's more terrifying.
What I'm getting at is both of these movies are right now being judged by their first movie, because the rest of the movies in their series were just more like, let's make another movie, and it's like, okay, this is fucking stupid.
Right.
I'm not watching this again. This one. So, I think as much as I like The Omen,
Mhm.
I think just overall the one that is more terrifying is probably Wrong Turn. So I'm gonna go with Wrong Turn.
All right.
Yes.
Bam.
Great.
I definitely went with Wrong Turn also
Wise
because
man.
it's a series that has continued. The Omen did 4 movies, then they stopped for 20 years, made 1 movie for June 6, 2006, and then there's been nothing since.
What who played Damien? Wasn't it
Satan.
It was the kid from The Ring.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe it was her. Was it her younger brother or was it her kid in The Ring? It was her son, yeah, or nephew or something like that. But yes, that was not. I said wasn't very good. I think it even starred Nicole.
I have Harvey Stevens.
I don't know.
That's what it says. Is who Damien is. So
Harvey Spencer Stevens.
It's a mouthful.
You're talking about the original.
Okay, you're talking. So
That
we're
guy's
talking
50.
about-
The guy's 52. He's not like 20.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I see. Then no, it is not Harvey Stevens.
Okay.
He's like 10
he's
in the
yeah.
movie. So no.
Right, the guy's 52.
Yeah.
All right,
Maybe
so
no.
so Wrong Turn.
Yeah, right. I think overall Wrong Turn is the
Wins.
way to go. Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
so
that's great. Changed.
Yep. It is nothing like I Know What You Did Last Summer. If you think I Know What You Did Last Summer is about cannibalistic hillbillies, then yes, but it's not.
It's
I know what
kind
you
of
did
like
last
They are they look like the creatures from The Descent.
X-Files where he got banned. The
Mama.
band Home. X-Files
Mama.
Home.
Yeah, with Mama's has
Yeah.
no limbs and under the bed on the rolling cart.
That got banned for like the
Yes.
longest time.
I actually saw it when it aired.
I saw it when it aired too, and I actually didn't. I actually really liked it. I didn't think twice about it, but that just says a lot more about me than the show. So.
Oh, I had no problem with it.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, we have the scary technology of VHS versus
Scary technology of Ring.
Versus the campiest of camps, Sleepaway Camp.
I've actually never seen that.
I've never seen Sleepaway Camp. I don't know this
Yeah.
one.
I don't either.
There's been like 6 of them.
Okay, so the first one is called Scary Technology of what?
No, it's just
No,
VHS. VHS, the VHS franchise. That is
VHS.
It's an anthology movie that has a rapper. Say, well, I'll get to the ring, all right?
All right, so and then the second one is what?
Sleepaway Camp. Which is, if you think of all the camp cheesiness that has ever came out of the 80s, you can
Friday the
think
13th?
Sleepaway Camp. Well, Sleepaway Camp was supposed to be a parody of Friday the 13th, so
is it funny or is it scary?
It's both. And VHS, like I said, it's found footage. It's 3 short stories wrapped in an anthology wrapper. So it is different directors, it's different writers throughout every movie. So it's just anthology movies.
What year is VHS? Is it 2012?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, let's see.
I was gonna say VHS is more recent.
Yes.
It's got a 3.6. I see.
What looks like B movies, VHS or Sleepaway Camp? Because they're.
Yeah.
If you don't know this, most horror movies are B movies.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know.
Well, Let's Great says they look like B movies. There's actually nothing but B movies.
To go with, since I don't know either one, to go with my own logic, I never went to camp, but I had a VHS, so we're gonna go with VHS.
There you go. I'm doing VHS because overall, the third one was awful, absolutely awful. But
I don't
overall,
think these inspired anything but disdain. So I'm going to go.
In Sleepaway Camp, there's not even one scary picture. It's just this weird chick.
I mean,
if you don't
she's
want,
cute, but that's about it.
do you want to ruin the plot twist with your cute comment there?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's a man, baby.
Okay, whatever. Okay,
Woo.
great, cool.
Except,
Man,
except,
VHS.
yes, except cut off.
Because when that tape gets pulled out, that's a horror movie all its own.
Right? Yeah.
My theory anyway.
VHS just seems like very. It seems more B movie than Sleepaway does. So I'm
It has
going to
some good
go.
pictures.
So I'm going to go with VHS. I think.
Yeah.
Phil?
But now I kind of want to watch VHS. So
100% VHS.
Oh yeah,
sweet.
absolutely. I can't wait.
Brutality.
I can't wait to spring Sleepaway Camp on my co-host because he does not know anything about them and he hates cheesy movies. It's going to drive him insane.
Love it.
How could you hate cheesy movies? Unless you're lactose intolerant.
I don't know. He likes some cheesy, but cheesy for being cheesy, he doesn't stand. They definitely are. So
Well, I don't
VHS.
I don't like slapstick comedy, so I guess it's fair.
But Evil Dead slapstick comedy.
No, I don't consider it. Like Dumb and Dumber, I consider.
I know.
But that's my husband's favorite movie, so.
All right, so VHS moves on. So say Wong, if you're listening, I'm gonna say it right now. The Ring, and when I say The Ring, I mean all the rings,
Of the
Ringu
rings.
and The Ring,
The Rings.
And the remake that they did that they didn't need to do.
Yes, so Ringu and The Ring. So all both Japanese and American versions, The Ring is one franchise.
Yeah.
Versus Children of the Corn.
Oh shit. Oh, this one's actually kind of hard for me. Man.
I got The Ring.
Fucking Pumpkinhead? Come on, man.
What?
What?
Isn't Children?
No, Pumpkinhead's Pumpkinhead.
I was gonna say, is it Pumpkinhead? Children of the
Pumpkinhead is
Corn?
from
These creepy
Pumpkinhead.
children of the Corn.
No, I remember Children of the Corn. I'm just for some reason I thought
I
Pumpkinhead
know
was
the
part of that too.
No, it's he
Like
who.
Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
Yes, Children of the Corn. The first one stars Linda Blair, and it's about He Who Walks Behind, which is the man in black from the Stephen King universe. So Randall Flagg. And children that kill adults over the age of 18, and when they turn 18, they kill you.
I think that's fair. I'm going with The Ring.
Oh yeah. What
You
is
do?
called? The Ring. Okay. I'm gonna go with Children of the Corn because it's Stephen King.
Yes, that's fair. The
And
first
it
one, the
sounds
first one
more
is,
intriguing to me.
The first
Yeah.
one is.
Well. Oh yeah. The first one is. So
The
it's
12
more.
after that. Not.
Right. I will say the original Children of the Corn sounds more intriguing than I know The Ring to be.
Now I want to watch Pumpkinhead.
Yes. Pumpkinhead's a great series too.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
Young
I just watched
Phil.
the Blob remake.
So I mean, if you know, you've seen. Do you remember in South Park where they got rid of all the adults?
yeah.
That was Children of the Corn plot. Outlander, we have your woman.
I mean, that sounds more intriguing than The Ring to me. To be honest,
The ring
I
is.
don't know about more scary, but it's definitely more intriguing.
I was gonna say like the ring in general is a good set of movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think it scared me more than Children of the Corn.
Yeah,
I mean, children scare me in general, but no.
the ring. Like, hey, do you want to watch this video and die?
7 days.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's scary, certainly, but you know, oh, I mean, I don't know. Children of the Corn sounds more interesting. So,
Like Children of the Corn in general, it's good movies.
I mean, I do believe it takes place in Nebraska, and that's pretty
Yes.
terrifying.
right. I mean, yeah, literally, you step into Nebraska immediately, you're getting, you know, there's a 50% chance you're just going to die
You
instantly.
step into Nebraska and you're like, oh, I made a wrong turn.
Right.
That's why wrong turn one.
Hey.
So Phil, you're on The Ring.
I don't know, man.
Come on, let's have a tie.
It's hard to call for me just because again, the Ring movies were both. I mean, because didn't they make a shitty sequel? Wasn't there a Ring 2?
Isn't that like the norm? for
There
horror
is
movies?
4 American rings,
Yeah,
and it's a continuous series in Japan. So
Of course,
eventually,
there is also one ring to rule them all, but you know.
yeah.
also you get also in Japan you get The Ring versus The Grudge.
Oh man,
Oh yeah, it's a lot of hair.
yeah. it is.
It's a lot of hair. Yeah.
Yeah,
They should just call it the hair series.
Yep.
Isn't that star Michelle Gellar?
Yes, and Ted Raimi.
The American one, yeah, the American one. But then Children of the Corn, those were good.
Nope, I'm gonna go with The Ring. I stand by my decision. Final answer.
Like where I'm torn right now is childhood horror nostalgia, being like Children of the Corn was the movie that I watched as a kid and I loved, versus
If you could only watch one over and over again and never watch the other one, which one would it be?
shit.
That
Because
didn't
the
help
other thing is like Ring, the Ring was like, I remember watching that movie as a teenager and just being like, this is like, aside from it being a creepy movie, it's pretty good. Like the cinematography is really good in this movie.
I thought it had a good story. It was creepy. I don't think I could sit and watch Children of the Corn over and over again.
Come with us. I think I'm gonna go with Ring, man.
All All right.
One of us.
I think I'm going with the Ring just because overall it was a better movie. Now, that's also given like cinematography techniques were completely more advanced by the time the Ring came out. But I mean,
yes,
it just overall, visually and just the way that it is. I mean, even to this day, the technology still holds up with that movie. So it's like, I think I go with the Ring.
All right.
Now what? We have a tie.
Well, no, Shadoo's the only one that voted for Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, the non-horror person? Go figure.
Look, I am here to cause chaos.
You just vote for the least scariest one, you non-horror freak show. I don't know.
All right. So the final round of this bracket is Reanimator versus The Howling.
Reanimator versus The Howling.
Reanimator should do is H.P. Lovecraft's takes on Frankenstein, just so you're aware.
Oh, all right. Well,
that's alone right there.
I think I'm gonna go with The Howling.
Yes, versus Joe Dante's created The Howling.
Yeah, so the Howling, I'm assuming, is something about werewolves?
Yes, it's all about werewolves. Joe Dante, who helped create Gremlins and stuff like that. Yes.
All you need to know.
Yeah, these giant creepy dog puppets that they used in that movie. Those movies, they're very much like like dog gremlins, but Reanimator, classic.
Herbert West,
and,
starring Jeffrey Combs,
who
was in the 4400.
Yeah, you want to talk
icon.
You want to talk about schlock, right? Like, how many Reanimator movies did they make? Like a fucking million?
4.
I thought they made more than that, man.
No, they were going to do where Reanimator reanimates the presidents, and it was going to be in 2016. Then something more horrific happened in 2016 with presidents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a few of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Howling is at number.
I'm always going to go
9, I think.
Gods. Okay.
Yes.
Werewolves will destroy your Frankenstein. Sorry. Doctor or monster, whichever you want.
I
mean, Reanimator has a head-given head.
That is a good point. But the other one's werewolves, man. Werewolves.
No, that's werewolves. I mean, okay. So again, severed head. It's essentially assault. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Good lord. Okay, that's not really scary. That's just concerning.
It is body horror.
Versus, which I tend to think that psychological horror is more where I would go. I'm gonna go The Howling. I think.
Woo! Wait, I don't know if I want to side with you.
Young Phil.
I'm trying to think, just because, like, the Howling has they have a lot of kind of like campy movies and whatnot, but then like Reanimator has a massive following for given the movies that it has.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Which one's a better horror movie, though?
As a franchise, though.
Yeah.
This is the problem.
Remember, number 6 is the marsupials. So, of The Howling, if that helps.
I should probably start watching. I mean, I think I was smart to stop watching horror movies after the first one.
Let's go with The Howling.
Okay.
It's okay. Howling, Howling 2, Howling 3, Echoes.
Elm Street.
Yeah, Howling number 2 is My Sister's a Werewolf.
Your Sister's a Werewolf.
Yes.
The Awakening Nightmare. The Rebirth. The Freaks. New Moon Rising. Reborn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have them all on Laserdisc.
Marsupials.
Yes, I have them all on Laserdisc.
Marsupials.
Marsupials, yeah.
Marsupials. It's like Dragon the Abridged, like mahogany. Mahogany.
All right.
I am going Reanimator just because it is Lovecraftian in nature.
And again, that's what I was saying. Despite the Lovecraft, I'm going Howler. So because I'm a big fan of Lovecraft. I mean, not all of his ideas, but
Yes. So The Howling wins this one.
Woohoo!
All right.
All right. We are down from 32 to finally to 16. So let's bring it back up to the top of the bracket to get our final 8, shall we? So rounding back up, we have this is gonna be a fun one. It's Friday the 13th versus Wishmaster.
I want my lawyer to fuck himself. Okay.
Yes, I'm so glad you got that. I'm not the only one that's seen Wishmaster.
That was an interesting scene.
That was a fantastic scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wish my lawyer would go fuck himself.
And remember, the first Wishmaster has Ted Raimi, Wes Craven, Tony Todd, Kane Hodder, all horror icons.
That should win just because of Tony Todd alone.
I'm gonna go with the Wishmaster because to me, Friday the 13th was the movie we made fun of as we watched it, like a Mystery Science Theater kind of thing. So, I'm gonna go with the Wishmaster because any scene that has a lawyer fucking himself is good for me. So,
okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with Wishmaster in principle. I'm good with magical stuff. Yeah,
it is a djinn. In the Middle Eastern sense of djinn as well.
Yeah. Okay. Great. I'm in that.
It's not the Disney genie. It's like
right. It's like an actual
djinn.
Yeah.
Yes. It's the
it would be a
monkey
lot
paws.
more interesting if Aladdin had that genie.
Aladdin is a completely different movie.
Just saying.
I agree. So if you're saying Friday the 13th because of Jason Voorhees, now you have to discount 2 of those movies because Jason Voorhees was not in 2 of them. They're saying Wong.
Yeah, that's right. He wasn't in the first one because it was his mother. And what was it?
And how the hell did he age while he was dead? Just
5th.
Yeah, it was the 5th movie he wasn't in.
Yes. But remember, he's also a Deadite from the Evil Dead franchise, canonically now as well.
I liked him in Freddy versus Jason, man.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Young Phil.
Oh, Friday the 13th. What? We're talking which one is the
better franchise?
The better franchise overall?
Mm-hmm.
What's the more iconic franchise? When you think of horror, do you think of Wishmaster immediately?
So, in other words, you don't have any thought of your own. You're just going with the crowd. That's fair.
No, but the whole iconic horror franchise. And like I said, when I think of horror movies between the two, like Jason immediately comes to mind. I'm not thinking about the djinn from Wishmaster.
Yeah, fair enough. But I would, I'd enjoy sitting down and watching the Wishmasters over Friday the 13th any day.
Because you have to sit through, Jason X if you're watching the Friday the 13th franchise.
Jason
X.
I
don't know how Jason remembers all his lines, but
yeah, I know. Jason X, I'd watch just to laugh because that movie was fucking terrible.
Oh, absolutely. And Say Wong
in space, right? Wasn't Jason in space?
Yes,
in space. Yeah, it was really bad.
So Say Wong saying that Jason was in Friday the 13th Part 1, except that was a dream.
Yeah, and that's a post-credit. Wasn't that? No, it wasn't a post-credit thing. But I mean, like,
no,
still.
Because she survives and is in the second one.
Right. Jason wasn't the main character in that.
No, and he didn't get his hockey mask until number 3. So if you want to talk about Jason Voorhees with a hockey mask, get rid of Jason X because he loses that thing pretty damn fast. Doesn't have it in 1 and 2. Isn't in number 5. So you're only talking about 6 movies with a hockey mask.
And there's no lawyer fucking himself, so there's that.
Man, so it's hockey mask Friday the 13th. I'm just looking at the chat's votes. So say let's create. Are you saying Halloween or Friday the 13th or Wishmaster? So we'll have to know. I am going to give it Friday the 13th ever so slightly, only because, and this is not Wishmaster's fault, it is 80s horror, and I like 80s horror a hell of a lot more than 90s horror. Unfortunately. So, yeah. Friday the 13th is a vote. Yep. I am checking Twitch, Say Wong. It shows up in our chat. If you see this, if I put this here, Say Wong, that little blue purple icon is from Twitch.
Yep.
Oh, hold on. What's one now?
Say Wong's like, check Twitch. We see it, Say Wong. Don't worry.
It's there. We have all of the both platforms.
Yeah. So Friday the 13th does move on. I'm not surprised because if you are going to say classic franchises, most people know that versus the Djinn, and that's fair.
That is fair.
Except Wishmaster, the last one's called Wish Fulfilled or Prophecy Fulfilled. So, all right. Next up, we have
Hellraiser.
Hellraiser, I believe, got taken out.
What?
Or there's only so many things I could put on here and didn't make my list.
Well, we did Hellraiser last week. We had a whole conversation about the Cenobites and everything.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So we have Critters. Remember, Leonardo DiCaprio's first film was number 3. Versus Final Destination.
Final Destination.
Oh, right.
I just was behind a logging truck yesterday. That damn scene sticks with you. I turned off the road immediately. Down another road, not off the road, but
Final Destination is
that,
is almost existentially terrifying.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Final Destination because it scares me more.
Also, I like the twist in the last one. I think it was the last one.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I figured it out, but only halfway through, so that was slow for me. So I was not expecting a twist. So,
Young Phil.
So again, this is where it gets a little difficult because hold on. My chair got caught on the on the table.
Oh, no.
Did you see it? He got Final Destination there.
I got.
Oh wait, you can't see the villains. I'm sorry.
Jesus. All right.
welcome back.
I know, right? So Final Destination. Kind of what everybody's saying is that's one of those movies where even if you haven't seen it, you're scared to be behind a log.
Oh yeah.
Because
I took a picture of it.
Well, you see that scene in the trailer and it scares the shit out of people, right? Like, I mean, that was from Final Destination 2, and that's like an iconic thing. And then everybody forgets about Final Destination and Final Destination 3. So it's like,
There's what, 5, 6? 5 or 6?
There was a couple of them. I stopped
5. They're bringing it back.
Yeah.
Did you see the one with the twist at the end?
Because no one has any new ideas.
Yeah. Who were we saying against? It was Final Destination against what?
Critters.
Okay, Critters is a hard one to go against because
it's very iconic.
We get the we get the schlocky ass monsters that had a toned down version of those monsters in a large toned down version of those monsters in Bill and Ted.
Yes.
I think it was the same movie house or the same creature house that made the.
I believe it's the Chiodos brothers that created the Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh man, the Killer Clowns from which now has a video game. So
yes,
have you played it yet, Graveyard?
It's not out yet.
Oh, is it not out? I thought it came out already.
Yeah, I'd have it if it was out.
Yeah, it's an game like every horror game that's out there. So it's like, but I mean, I'm kind of interested in like playing that just because I want to see like you destroying shit as the Killer Clowns. So Critters or Final Destination? It's a hard one. I mean, it gets hard when we get up into these ones up here, anyways. I think I'm gonna go Final Destination just because again, when I'm starting to think horror, like Critters isn't one of the ones that right to the top of my mindset. As much as I love Critters as a franchise, So
McDonald's clown.
I think I get on this.
Yeah. So I think Say Wong is the only one with me here with Critters. Honestly, because I feel Final Destination is a runoff of the PG-13 late 90s horror that we got, and this is a product of it, that we don't even get to see a creature. We only get to see a villain, which is, to me, a better creature feature for a horror movies to have an iconic villain versus, hey, let's get the plushie for Final Destination. Oh, it's just nothing.
It's a log.
That's only one movie.
Technically, you can make it any version of the Grim Reaper that you've ever thought of.
Yeah, I have an inflatable Grim Reaper outside with a buck tooth. I'm gonna go with him.
But have you read the theories that Tony Todd's character is Death?
That's the guy at the funeral, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they did. I did read that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the Candyman is Death.
Exactly.
So he has 2 jobs. It's good to be multi-talented.
I know, right?
He is terrifying. So,
but Final Destination does move on.
Tony Todd is a dude that doesn't even have to look scary. His voice is fucking haunting.
Oh yeah.
Which is like more reason for me to be like upset that I don't have a PS5 because he's playing Venom in Spider-Man 2.
Yes, he is.
Ooh.
Which comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Any game system I ever bought, it's because it had a game from Resident Evil I wanted. So that's how I buy my systems.
I see.
Yeah, like I said,
GameCube, everything.
When you watch the trailer for Spider-Man 2 at the very end, you get that Venom reveal, and as soon as you hear the voice, if you're a horror fan at all, you know that voice, and you're like, it's fucking Tony Todd.
I've never seen horror. No, I'm just kidding.
Horror, you say?
Yeah. My first horror movie was when I was 6. It was Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Nightmare on Elm Street was also one of my foundational horror movies. Yes, Darren, we have all seen The Nun. The Nun got voted off last week because it's part of the
Conjuring
universe, and the Conjuring universe got voted off.
The Christian horror franchise.
To
yes.
see that museum with me when I lived in Connecticut. They thought they'd bring something home with them.
we have 2 more.
I mean, hey, if you do, you've proven it. There you go.
Yeah. Let's knock out these 2, and then we'll call it a night.
All right. So you have The Grudge versus the Permaban movie.
The what?
Evil Dead.
Nothing beats Evil Dead.
Well, he's saying is if you vote against the Evil Dead, you're being permabanned from the channel.
Oh,
well, I voted for Evil Dead under threat of.
I don't even know why this was an option.
Right, just mark off Evil Dead.
Threats aside, because I mean, Graveyard knows that I care less about any kind of threats. Evil Dead is genuinely a better franchise than The Grudge, so I'm going to go with the Evil Dead series.
You would have a grudge if you didn't choose Evil Dead.
Say Wong, don't worry. I marked you down. I marked you down for The Grudge. Say Wong, I know your answer. And look, he put The Grudge right before I said
there you go.
Say Wong is basically what his entire whole view of life is. Hey, Graveyard, put a dick in your mouth.
Yeah, so I mean, let's raise your hand if you're voting for The Grudge.
Shut up, Phil.
No.
Oh,
Banned from the show.
Perfect. That was perfect.
And you hear the click as it happens when he does it. It's great. Oh shit. Oh, so good. So good.
All right. So last up for our top half of the final 8, we have Nightmare on Elm Street versus Leprechaun.
Elm Street.
I have to say it again, right? Just because it's one of my favorite limericks of all time.
Uh-huh.
There once was a man from a cast who had balls that were made of fine brass. In stormy weather, his balls clanked together and sparks flew out of his ass.
Yep. Nightmare on Elm Street.
No, I definitely go Nightmare on Elm Street. It's very saddening that it had to go up against the Leprechaun because I love the Leprechaun franchise. There's just something about fucking Willow being inside of a evil Leprechaun, makeup.
And wasn't it Hornswoggle that was in the remake of the WWE remake?
Hornswoggle was in the remake.
Yes, he was.
Yes. Oh God, and he is infinitely worse actor.
Yes.
Isn't Willow
So,
still around? He
again-
didn't do the remake.
Well, see, he didn't do it because he had kids and he didn't want to be making horror movies when he has kids. And I go, okay, so the last one was 18 years ago. If he had kids, they're all grown up. Come back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not making Willow season 2.
I love Freddy Krueger, man. Yeah. Nope. All about Freddy Krueger.
So again, with me, I could roll a d4 and figure this out. But
yeah, I mean, like again, I love Warwick Davis. I love his roles. I think that Willow being canceled is a fucking injustice because that show was actually pretty good. Just not enough people watched it on Disney Plus, and Disney was like, okay, we're cutting it. Also, just throwing this out there, Jennifer Aniston was in Leprechaun, so I mean, you have that.
Yes, she
right?
was.
You also have Leprechaun in the Hood. You also have Leprechaun in
Should have put it
Space.
against Freddy Krueger. That's
Yeah.
all I gotta say.
Leprechaun in Space was also, probably one of the only space-faring horror franchise movies that wasn't terrible. But for everything that I'm giving Leprechaun, I'm still voting for Nightmare on Elm Street.
I am
Fucking Freddy Krueger, man.
I feel obligated to say Nightmare on Elm Street simply because it is more iconic than Leprechaun.
Oh, it is. It is. Again,
And as much as I think Leprechaun would be hilarious choice.
Nightmare on
have
Elm
to go
Street is
with, yeah.
based on a true story. Sort of.
Right.
I mean, so is Leprechaun.
it's based on true events.
Yeah.
Talk to the Irish. They believe in Leprechaun all day.
Oh. Hi, I'm a Irish heritage.
Hey, I definitely have, as much as it pains me to say it, I do have to go Nightmare on Elm Street. I love Leprechaun.
And that's
Love
what that I'm in the same boat, right? Like it pains me to say we need to get rid of Leprechaun, right? But Nightmare on Elm Street is okay. In the end of this, the three big franchises, right, are going to be Halloween.
But Halloween was already killed off.
Halloween was already killed off because it got put up on something crazy early. But
Final Destination. You guys voted Final Destination over
Yeah.
Halloween.
No. They voted Final Destination over Halloween because me and you voted for Halloween.
Yes.
But like I said, in the end, the three big horror franchises that, if we're going to talk about the most iconic, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Friday the 13th, like those three franchises are the ones that dominate your mind when it comes to most iconic horror franchises. So
Yes.
we'll see what gets to the end because the brackets are randomized. So your favorite your favorite franchises get killed pretty early. Like Halloween got killed pretty early. Plus,
I am going to call it now that it will be Final Destination. It will win somehow.
Jesus, our fans.
I love Final Destination, but I would not vote that over.
Over Friday the 13th, especially no. And again, best version of Freddy Krueger. I'm Scary Terry, bitch. You can run, but you can't hide, bitch.
Yep. Oh, if we want to have a preview of what's next week or next bracket, before we give our pluggables here, it's going to be Phantasm versus Poltergeist, Child's Play versus Saw, Wrong Turn versus VHS, and The Ring versus The Howling.
Ooh. Okay. Those are going to be fun. I kind of already have an idea of who I'm voting for.
I'm going to watch VHS this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the top four of this is going to be really hard to do. because
Yeah.
the top 4 right now are Friday the 13th, Final Destination, Evil Dead, and Nightmare on Elm Street.
I thought Friday.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, Halloween got voted out.
Yeah. So
Well, good luck with those.
Fucking
Yeah.
you vote out Michael Myers, chat. I don't understand how so many people voted out Michael Myers.
yeah.
What makes it even more sad is when I did Superhero Super Showdown on the Instagram. The first night, Michael Myers almost won the entire thing, right? And then at the last minute, a bunch of people put votes in, and everything was tied up by the end of the night. So it was like, okay, so I had to do it a second time, and on the second round, fucking Friday the 13th destroyed everybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like Jason won by a large margin on the second night.
We'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah, but remember the premise of that was different than what we're doing here, because we're doing what's the best franchise here. That one was who would win in a fight.
Oh, don't worry. We have a villains one, and it's not who's winning the fight, it's who's a better villain.
Ooh, okay, you know what? I like those. We haven't done one of those in a while where it's like it's not, what's the better character? It's like, who would win in a fight or anything like that. Things like that. Like, we haven't done a bracket with an objective.
Yes.
Since Jackie was on the show.
Did I do best Marvel versus DC villain?
Oh, you know what? You're right. We did do that one. Because we did do who was the best villain and who was the best hero, who was more heroic and who was more villainous. And then in the end, the hero and the villain fought.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
We're gonna do more of those.
Yeah. No, it's always fun when we do the objective ones. So who's the most villainous villain?
No, that's fun. And there's a bunch still on the list too that I know. I added a few, and we've had other people and stuff too. So we have a lot of fun ones coming up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So once we get past Spoopy month, we'll finish our sci-fi shows, and then we'll get back into more brackets.
And I'm just throwing this out there now. The scariest villain of all time, Squidward.
Accurate.
Squidward tentacles.
Are you sure it's not the preppy vampire cheerleader from Buffy?
If we're talking about scariest vampire in general, I mean the sparkly vampire is he's so scary I don't even know his fucking name.
Clearly he's a team Jacob.
Okay. So the reason he's scary is because he is a stalker. That's what's scary.
Apparently that turns some girls on.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Sorry, wrong button.
What's scary about the sparkly vampire is it created 50 Shades of Grey because they didn't find Twilight sexy enough.
Exactly.
Yeah. No,
exactly.
Funny about 50 Shades of Grey is it's fan fiction.
It is literally fan fiction.
Written horribly. Like
with the most toxic relationship.
Oh, and don't worry.
And has it's done so much harm to all of these causes.
Don't worry. If you check the live streams on Monday of Phil Gaming, Phil is going to read to us 50 Shades of Grey in its entirety.
Wow.
That's great. Yeah, it's technically romance, but no, it is totally that.
Yeah.
But in a very, very unhealthy way.
Corissa, what he just mentioned right now. So on our game streams, Graveyard convinced me. It wasn't hard to convince me to do this, but like convinced me to set up an AI. And I read and I read 50 lines.
Wow.
So that the AI could learn how to talk like me. And so now if you type something in the chat, you can make the AI read out whatever you type in my voice. And it's what makes it scary. What makes it really scary is we wrote out my opening lines from the Tuesday show, and it was no different from me actually saying it live.
Yes.
So that's what can pop into all my shows. You don't even have to be there.
Yeah, there you go.
You can just use full AI. I did update the AI over like after Monday's show. And I went through, got rid of anything that didn't sound like the characters they were supposed to be. Got rid of most of the ask characters.
Yes.
And made them just the voice AIs. I also added a shit ton of visual memes and jump scares. So
did you keep Ask Laszlo in?
Ask Laszlo still there.
Okay.
I did. Also, I did give you access, Graveyard, so you actually can adjust anything on Zangia now.
Yes, you have to make sure to check that out because I'll make Phil say all sorts of things. He read to us from Twilight. He read to us from 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's funny is when you have the AI read out stuff like from those lines from those books, it really highlights how shitty the writing is in those books.
Yeah.
like because you hear it come out at first. I'm like, God, this is terrible. What? Oh my God, this is 50 Shades of Grey.
You're like, I'm gonna have to get on there just to get a good book in there.
Yeah. Now, what's funny is making it even funnier is the other thing Graveyard does is he'll take lyrics, like a whole verse from a song.
Oh no!
Right. And there's been a couple times where people in the chat have been like, I never knew the lyrics to this song, and now I'm more intrigued to go listen to the music. Right. I think Aaron Watson, because he put out Graveyard put out lyrics from a Slipknot song. And Aaron Watson was like, I've never ever been interested in listening to Slipknot, but now seeing what the lyrics say, I'm intrigued. I might actually go listen to the music now.
He does say psychosocial.
It's funny because he put in. I'm sure he just copy and pasted it off a lyric website, but I say psychosocial like 7 times, and it's funny because I just go psychosocial. And that's the other thing I love about the AI is it doesn't make me like if I repeat a word, it doesn't make me do it exactly the same way every time. There's different inflections. I'm like, fuck this AI, man. Like,
so what you're saying is if you ever get banned from this show, they're all set. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. I already saw Phil's replacement.
Yeah. If I get kicked off of my own show, AI Phil is going to continue to do things. And all Graveyard has to do, I'm sure there's a way where he can just take every stream that we've ever done, and like you just do like an AI me, like visual me.
Oh yeah. He can just deepfake you.
Yeah, he can just deepfake me on the show, and now Graveyard is playing video games and he's young Phil now.
Oh, wow. Don't you worry. I will use AI to torment the crap out of people.
Yeah.
You know, this is pretty dangerous. I mean, you could do a video will and give all your stuff to one person.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I mean, legally, that won't be anything at all. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into these pluggables. I'm like forgetting my own mind at this point, right?
Hold on, I'll take care of that for you.
Okay.
I'll get AF.
We have to be directly on the Twitch stream for that to work.
I know.
So Shadu, I'm going to start with you.
All right,
pluggable, sir.
I am SHU Studios here on YouTube and on Instagram. I do short films, music, and other nerdy stuff. I'm also on Fuego's channel. She's not on right now, but she usually is. We have a series called Classified, where we take your favorite pop culture characters and place them into their respective D&D classes. We also have a companion series called Journals of Classes, where we go through each of the D&D classes and their subclasses. We have a new episode of Classified to be coming out tomorrow. Sorry, it's not Classified. We have an episode of Journals of Classes coming out tomorrow. It'll be on Druid. So that'll be very fun. Actually, our next episode of Classified will be next week, and it is on the original Dracula. So that'll be cool too. I'm also in the Distance Learning Sphere, as you can see. I am on the Download on Tuesdays, The Build, this show right here, on Thursdays, And I'm on Kyber Cave Productions on Saturday for the Saturday Morning Nerd Out.
All right. Awesome, man. Graveyard. Let everybody know where they can find you, especially at
Pod.
Night, mostly.
Yes, I am Graveyard, co-host of the Mostly Pod Out Night Mostly podcast. You can find that over on Comic-Con Radio because they finally got their shit together for it after many, many, many emails and phone calls. Any archival episodes, you can find it anywhere you get your podcast. It's still under the Mostly Pod Out Night Mostly. Check out our merch page. We have some awesome merch with our catchphrases. Phil happens to have some of the merch too that I sent him.
I wore it the other night, actually. I wore it on
Yes. And we have a new show on Wednesdays called Conversations in the Void, where I talk to people in the horror community. Make sure to check it out. Give it a like, a lurk, and a follow. We want to get that channel growing because I have giveaways to do for subscribers. Phil was privy to see the giveaways I'm going to be doing. So make sure to check it out. And you follow that all at Pod Out at Night on all socials, on Twitter, on YouTube. So make sure to check it out. And you can find me here on Thursdays doing the build and brackets. You can see me harassing Phil with AI Phil on Mondays. And I'm over at Kyber Cave Productions 3 to 4 days a week on top of that. So thank you.
Awesomeness. Of course, saving the best for last, specifically because I want you to plug all your things. Corissa, tell everybody where they can find you and tell them all about the Kickstarter one more time here.
So I am on Facebook. I have a Facebook group, Worthy Chaos, with 700 members. I have Twitter X with 5,000 followers at Worthy_Chaos. You can find me on Kickstarter at theworthychaos.com, or just search Worthy Chaos when we pop up. If you like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Supernatural, Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Evil Dead, Stranger Things, Good Omens, you will most likely love this series. It's nonstop action. It's got angels and demons and zombies and hellhounds and Anubis, and pretty much anything you can think of is probably in there. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of character development. There's a lot of world building. And definitely go check it out. Check out the art. My artist gets better every freaking issue. And yeah, we end on Halloween and start again January 8th for book 2. So, yeah.
Super awesome. Yes. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am. I'm your boy, Young Phil. Distance Nerding, everywhere you can go now. See, if you head over to distancenerding.com and you go up to the top left of the screen right there's a little button that says join the taco party. Ladies and gentlemen, you can join the taco party. It's the best way to support the show. Actually, now you know what? It's a good way to support the show. But now the best way to support the show is to subscribe on Twitch, because now we are affiliates on Twitch and we have all the fun stuff, all the fun things that you guys have been hearing us talk about, like AI Phil and everything like that. That is on the game streams next week, guys. We're going to be doing a couple more streams than usual, mainly because I'm going to be working in Las Vegas for a week. So I'm bringing my Xbox with me. I'm bringing my gear and all my equipment with me, and I'm just going to be streaming the entire time I'm there because I don't drink. I don't gamble. Well, I do drink, but like not hard. I don't gamble, and pretty much this is going to be a way to keep me out of trouble. So we will be doing the shows from I will be doing the show from there. And it's going to be a good time, guys. Now, outside of that, if you want to connect with us at Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet in mandals and the beard. That's it. Nothing other than that. Very beautiful sexiness. All the things that you want to see. Of course, if you'd like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, or just want to tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish the internet would consume us completely, send us an email at everybody's favorite email address. I'm stalling because I have to get to the other page.
Yeah, I didn't screw up.
Insnerding at AOL.com. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. This is still on my face. Go away. All right, there we go. That is it from us. Thanks, and keep nerding together, guys. It is now time for the dance party. Let's get this Going on the right page. Boom.
Distance narrative.
Plank commands you. And walk the plank because I'm shit.